I know where my focus, I've got to set my focus to. So if you're going to go in,
that's why I might go in there a few times from here back into as they're going through a car. You'll be able to do that?
Yeah. So we're nearly ready to go. Roger.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to the second championship round for the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship out here at Waikerie, South Australia. We are at the ARB Waikerie Hotel, Riverland Enduro. The weather has been turned on. It's been an absolute cranker day today. I've been out and done a run around the track. There's about a 55 to 60 kilometre racetrack, about a 14 kilometre prologue, and tomorrow we'll see in the morning, we'll see that 14 kilometre prologue happen, and then we're going to see a short course which will be about two laps of that prologue course for each for their short course shootout sort of thing, and then on Sunday we'll see a few laps of the main track. So I've got to tell you, going out around that track this afternoon, it is fast. Very little whoops. A little bit of sand. It looks like the rocks might come through. It was a little bit dusty, but if the wind picks up, I think tomorrow's meant to be a little bit of a breeze, and Sunday's meant to be a little bit, I think I read around 30 knots, so it might be a little bit breezier tomorrow, on Sunday, but I think we're in for a cracker weekend of racing out here in Waikerie, South Australia. We're going to spend a bit of time this afternoon. We'll only be live for about an hour, hour and a half, see how we go. We'll try and rustle up some competitors. I see behind me over there Darren Vandy in the car, Class 5. My brother from another mother. Same hairdresser anyway. I see we've got 57 entry of the Habies. I think we've actually got a really good field this weekend, around 60 cars. A couple, obviously the Podium last race. I see the chappies are back for another weekend of punishment. I see Bowie, who we saw came second at their first round out at Rainbow. He just came through Scrutineering, nicked off early on me. Our newcomer to four wheels, Seaton Battle, in a fresh element. He's down from Townsville and brother of the infamous Kent Battle from up that way from Nordtrans. So we have got a lot of cars. I'm going to try and rustle some in to have a chat to some of these guys, but once again, our championship, I'll go through it. We've been sponsored by by ARB 4x4 accessories now for a long time with the championship. They put a lot into individual races as well. They also put obviously a lot into many other things. We've still got Mickey Thompson on board, and obviously Raceline Wheels, who have joined us of last couple of years as well for the championship. So once again, a big thank you to the three championship sponsors. We've got 4 rounds, don't forget. This is only round 2. From here we go on in a few weeks' time up to Gundy on the Queensland border, and then down to Millicent down at the Pines in South Australia again. So Wakerie's come back on board after a little bit of a hiatus from the championship, but once again, after going around that track today, I reckon we're in for an absolute bender this weekend. The setup and the infrastructure they've put into this race down there is looking phenomenal. So I'll be pretty excited to see that. So we'll go and we'll see if we can't zoom in this far and hassle these guys as they try and get through scrutiny. It can be a little bit difficult because these guys have got to obviously get all their gear checked. They're getting all their apparel such as helmets. They have to wear fireproof undergarments, race suits, boots, gloves, have balaclava, neck restraints, and all that sort of stuff. So, yep. Oh, post on. We might just stop. Just go. Hey, mate. I actually followed this man, Mr. Habe, around the track today in an F truck, and
Wasn't me.
mate, it was you, and you were doing 80k an hour the whole time.
That's correct, yes.
Now tell me, what did you think of the track, mate? Because I thought it was an absolute cracker. It's fast, maybe a little bit of tyre wear. The rocks coming through might be a bit of an issue later, as the weekend goes on or the race goes on. But I reckon that track today was fast. There's only a couple of small tighter spots in amongst the trees. But your thoughts?
Yeah, look, the club's done an awesome job out there to get the track as good as it has, and the terrain now on the longer course we've set up now has been brilliant. Like that sandy section, it's just going to be fantastic fun, eh? And you're right, it'll chop up at the end, but that's what it's all about, a bit of tyre wear and degradation, so we'll see how we go.
You're obviously running on the best, but now tell me, you said you had zero time for preparation. I don't believe you, because you always seem to come out here and do extremely well, mate. The cars are usually super reliable.
Yeah, look, we've been away for 3 weeks overseas and then come back and bent the car pretty bad at Rainbow, obviously, so I had to repair that and had a couple of good helpers there, so it's been really good. And motor out twice this last week and all that sort of stuff. Just, it goes on and on and on, but if you don't do the hours in the shed, there's no point coming here, so yeah, it's good.
All right, well, good luck for the weekend, mate. Thanks for the chat, and we'll see you throughout the weekend. Mr. Habe, car 57, the ever-reliable Element. And I think I've seen Seaton Battle, I was saying, is in an Element, and Aaron in car 57, who I'm not too sure, actually, who's sitting next to Aaron this weekend. So, like I said, we'll get some of these people out. There's even faces out here this weekend I haven't seen before. We've got, I think we lined up, there was about 10 Class 6s. I think I saw, or was it 10 Class 10s and 12 Class 6s? So there's a couple of strong classes this weekend. I think we're going to see some really cracking battles in amongst those, and some fast cars in there. They're not, you look at the classes and sometimes you see these higher end cars in each class, but I think this weekend we've got a really good mix of cars in each class. I think there's 4 or 5 Class 4s. We saw Greggy Gartner, the ever so popular Peter Sibbo's still here. He's out again this weekend, and I think we've got Mott out in and Mr. Forceman in Class 4. So there's 4 off the top of my head, and we've got I think it was only a couple of smaller class, as in Class 7 and 8. I think we've only got Heath Whedon in Class 7, that teal coloured 4.8 Patrol, and Michael Hackney in 888 in that GQ darker blue coloured GQ Patrol. So yeah, like I said, we're going to see a cracker amount of racing this weekend. I can't wait to get out there and have a look tomorrow. So once again, they're down here doing gear checks to start with. The other things they check over in here, they'll check things like every car's got to have a reverse gear. They've got to have a horn. We're gonna hassle this fella for a chat, just because we can. They've got to have kill switches, fire extinguishers, all that sort of stuff. They've got to have seatbelt cutters, which is mounted up on their A pillar. And then, did you go for a looked up today?
No.
Why not?
Nah, we've raced a couple of years ago and had a look, so quite comfortable with that.
Yep. Any prep on the car? Anything amazing's happened in this car's life recently?
No, we raced Mumbana back in May, so went all right with there. So we just to check over a few things, a few shop repairs, and all set to go.
Oh, enjoy. I mean, there's nothing spectacular out there. I think it's quite a fast-flowing and fairly smooth track at the moment. I think might cut up later on.
Yeah.
On the Sunday. but early on.
That's all right. It's a good field, so it's good for Waikerie to have a good setup like this year. And
The setup out the track's phenomenal.
yeah, it's packed out there this year. It's good that last year was pretty quiet for them, but this year's all good, so good luck to them.
And good luck to you. We'll see you out throughout the weekend. If I know you at the most inconvenient times, I apologise, but I probably will. It's only because it's my job, so. Another South Australian, Toddy Lehman from down at Robe. He's actually dominated a few in the last 6 months as well. He did really well last year out the day-nighter. Even, I think, Mumbana, Toddy usually pulls the goods pretty good too. So. They must have toe straps on board. Usually forward-facing lights. They need 2 forward-facing lights. Have to be as a certain wattage. They have to, on the rear of the vehicles, they have to have. You'll see, as they go past, a lot of these cars will have a blue flashing light on the back. They have a red brake light. They have a continual lit amber light on the back as well. That's all for vehicles coming up behind them in the dust. So we added that blue light about 5 years ago just for a bit of safety factor. So not too sure what they're going through, but they'll be checking harnesses, harness dates. Once again, making sure fire extinguishers are charged as well. Every vehicle nowadays runs a rally safe unit, which gives us all the information like how many, if they have a sudden stop, how many G's it hits at, and that'll then relay straight back to base, so they'll know what's going on before before recovery, so they can call recovery and get them out to those guys. Got a fair little team out here at the Waikerie Footy Oval. If anyone wants to come out and have a chat, see the Forsman crew. See them over there sneaking around. They've usually got 40 people here. I'll just wait for Toddy to do his thing, and then I'm going to grab him and have a chat. Logbooks, every car's logbooked, every frame of race car and every roll cage is also inspected, photographed, sent in to AASA. The birds have decided to join us. Might drown out some of my croaky voice, which I apologise for. My voice was fine until about 2 hours out last night. Got a little cough, so we'll see how I go for the rest of the weekend. I'll interrupt Mr. Frankling on the way out. First. Darren, mate. Maverick R, ready to roll?
Ready to roll, yep. Third run. Well, 4th run actually, yeah.
And how's it feeling?
Yeah, it's good, yeah, no, it's sort of a bit of a step up from the X3, pretty stable, and a bit quicker and no belt.
Oh, that'll be a bonus.
A bonus, it is. Yeah, but other than that, no, really happy, so.
How'd you like the track out there today, mate? You go for a run around?
Yeah, went for a bit of recon, so yeah, no, it should be good. It sort of looks pretty open, looks like it'll be reasonably quick, and plenty of rocks, should be good.
Yeah, rocks. I saw a few rocks out there. I must say, though, there's still plenty of overtaking opportunity. Like, I haven't seen a track like that for a while where you've literally got probably 90% of the track of overtaking opportunity. So, not that some of the spots you want to get out in those rocks, but overall, It's fairly wide, fairly open, and even good visual through the trees to see who's coming up on you, etc.
Yeah, it is, and you'll be able to stagger, so you're not actually sitting in the line of fire, behind the other cars if you're coming up the pass. So,
Not copping rocks as such.
no such. You can step across. So I think should be good. You'll still have to be wary of it, but it's sort of got plenty of wide places where you can get past if you have to and get out of the line of fire.
And to be honest with you, it's going to suit this car fantastically, really. There's only a couple of little whoop section, that man-made section just at the start, and then I only saw really one other sandy whoop section.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I think it'll. There's a few places at the end of the straights where you could be going pretty quick that could trip you up a bit, but other than that, we should be. It should be pretty much suited to the job, I think. So we should be right.
Yeah. And what's the top speed on the car?
It's still at the speed limit, right? So it pulls up at 160. So
Why has it still got a speed limit on it?
I'm still learning.
All right, mate. Well, have fun. I'll annoy you over the weekend, and I'll go and catch Toddy on down. Have a yap to Toddy. One sec. Hey, mate. How you going?
Good, and yourself?
Fantastic. VQ in the back of this thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate.
Ready?
We're ready as we can ever be.
Pumped to the cars. Yeah, what have you done to the car? You've had a good run with this car since the start of the last couple of races.
Yeah, we've had a really good run since we bought it. So yeah, just try and keep the maintenance up and yeah, give it our best.
So tell us a little bit about it. VQ, twin turbo, some numbers, any power output numbers?
Top speed of about 100 k's and 150 horsepower.
Yeah, right. They're calling. So Toddy's got, I'm going to say 1,700 horsepower, top speed of around 300. No, not quite. Well, it's meeting needles somewhere.
No, it's about 700, and we top it out at about 220 k's.
Yeah, that's enough in most cases. What do you think of the track, mate?
It's really good. This is our third time here. Every year we come back, they put something in bigger and better.
Yeah, I mean the pit area, the whole layout out there is looking fantastic. The track itself, I've said it, I'll probably say it another 10 times tonight, but fast, smooth. Obviously it'll chop out and some rocks will come through, but apart from that, like if the breeze keeps up, I think everyone will have a really nice, fast, smooth race.
Yeah, that's it. And if you don't like that, you may as well go and do speedway or something else.
Knitting,
Yeah.
knitting, or macrame.
And also, just like to thank the landowner for letting us, build all these facilities on his farm. He's trying to make $1 there, and we're just going out there and tearing it up. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, phenomenal. I think we're on 2 properties this weekend, from what I know of. 2 properties this weekend, and I don't know how the acreage out there, but any other landowners want to lend us some dirt, we'd love to run a race.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, we've seen a few sheep out there in recon, and we'll try not to steal their last few blades of grass.
All right, mate. Well, have fun. I'll annoy you as well over the weekend. See you out there, Toddy Lumen, Car 85 from down in Robe, South Australia. Sounds pretty little hot. VQ35. I've got Sibbo. I'm going to annoy Sibbo while he's doing his scrutineering. I just had a chat to Sibbo before. Sibbo's just turned 45, everyone.
Yes.
Sibbo was saying he's been out here doing this how long?
Since 1983. 1982 was my first race.
Yeah. Well done, mate. I appreciate you still being here. He's just turned 60.
In November this year.
There you go.
Started when I was 16.
Yeah. So it's still achievable, folks, for anybody that's wanting to get into it young or wanting to finish or keep going when they're old.
That's right, Sandy. I never want to sit on the side watching races like you do.
I hate it. I'm coming back to drive next year. Yeah. Hang on. Before you go, any changes to the truck?
Yeah, more oil coolers to keep the tranny cool.
Haven't you got 9 already?
5 on the tranny. 5 on the tranny. And new sway bars on the back. And that's just about it. Oh, and brand new Mickey Thompson tyre. Still got a sticker on it. Have a
Oh,
look
beautiful, yeah.
at that. Yeah.
All
I could
right.
only afford one.
All right, Sibbo, have fun, mate. Peter Simpson, car 412, and he was saying before, you know, excuse me, he's been out racing obviously a long time now, loves the sport, still loves the sport. He was out here racing in his little Beetle, little Baja, not just at this race, at the old property obviously, but many other races, Pines, Sea Lake. I've raced against him many years over myself, so here's another man that's been going for a little while. Mr. Darren Mott.
How you going, Sandy?
I'm going fantastic. Car doesn't look like it's changed a bit, mate.
No, we're still running the old girl. It's going all right. Pretty reliable.
Well, tell me about it. Tell the people at home about it.
It's a 2002 Bennett truck
Yep.
with a 5.7 in it. Nissan diff and all that, but no, running Mickey Thompson tyres, and I think it's our fifth race for the year, so it's fairly reliable, and we're having a lot of fun. And bloody great.
And what else have you got planned for the year? Off to Gundy,
We probably won't go to Gundy.
down for Pines.
Hopefully we'll do Pines, and hopefully we'll do another couple of the Southern States Series races, which we've been doing them this year, which is a great little thing.
That's another thing, folks. This year, Waikerie is part of the Southern States Club Challenge. Sorry, I tried to spit it out there. Yeah, the Southern States Club Challenge. I think it was 7 events in total.
8, I think.
Eight events in total. Great little championship, and it seems to have filled some of those smaller events to the top, hasn't it?
Oh, look, Sea Lake Club run a couple of clubbies, and we've nearly been maxed, and
Yeah.
some of the other events have too. It's just it's created a lot of interest, and
Some of the smaller cars can get back out of
a
the
lot
shed
of
and
lot
have
of
a
smaller
blast,
cars.
you know? I
It's
think it's
credit to Heath Whedon from
yep.
down
Oh,
at
he's done a phenomenal job.
that club, and
Yep.
he's done a tremendous job with it. And yeah, we're finding that all our little races are nearly maxing out. The Sea Lake one, we had to extend entries by about 20 cars.
I did see that.
20 cars, which made it a 2-day event. But anyway, that's all right. And
Yeah.
we've got all those little cars out enjoying the racing.
Oh, I think it's phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic to see, and it's fantastic to see some of these older cars get back out and have a bit of fun, which is what it's all about.
And a lot of Class 2 beam cars are back.
Yep.
You know,
Perfect.
You're getting 5-6 beam cars that haven't been out of shed for years, which
Yeah.
is great.
Now, thoughts on the track today, this week, like you went around there today?
Typical Waikerie track, I think. Some good fast sections. It's going to be rocky, which is going to cut up a bit, and some good sandy stuff. So it's a bit, I suppose it's similar to the old track. So no, I think it's going to be pretty good.
There's not as many big berms. I remember the old track having some big sand gullies, etc. in it. I didn't see that out there today.
Had a couple of 3 big hills out the back. Anyway, no, look really good. So hopefully we'll have a good weekend.
All right.
Got a good field of cars, and let's see how we go.
Enjoy. We'll see you out the prologue tomorrow. Darren Mott, car 435, folks. Been in the game for a little while now. So little LS1. What's my next victim? My mic's feeding back a little bit, so sorry about that, folks. Single-seater Class 10. I think I've only seen a couple of those here for the weekend. There is once again, Class 10's come a long way, and it's very competitive now. It never used to be quite this competitive when it first started, but now I think there's a lot of guys, and you look at Bowie, finishing second out at, I was going to say Sea Lake. We wish we could run Sea Lake, everybody. Have a word about that. Out at Rainbow, sorry. Yeah, so second in a Class 10. Obviously can drive the pants off that thing. He's put a torque converter in it. He snuck out before I could have a yap to him, but I will grab him at some stage throughout the weekend because I know how much he loves yapping to me. Got single-seater Beam Hampel car in, and we've got Matty Hummer's 633 side-by-side Now they've been in the game for a few years now. They debuted out at Pines about 3 years ago, I think it was. So looks like don't shake it too hard. Looks like Matty's in trouble over here, actually. There you go. I think he's ready to roll out, and I'll grab Matty. Have a quick chat. 633 Matt Harmer. You've obviously done tons of prep on the car. I see you've done a nice bit of a tub up on the car. No dust even on the bonnet from what I can see from here, mate.
We basically, after Rainbow, we did do a lot of prep straight away. We had heaps of issues there. We've got it all sorted now, but to be honest, we haven't looked at this thing for 8 weeks after that, after we got it all good. We've been so busy with everything else that it's been in the trailer for 8 weeks, ready to come out.
I hear you, mate. I actually had to do a quick scramble just to learn who was even competing this weekend about 20 minutes ago, because I've been hectic myself since Rainbow as well with other things. So I understand a lot of these people no one here races full time that I know of, apart from maybe Matt Hummer. But no one really races Australia full time. There's a few different guys that would like to race full time. I think everyone would like to race full time. Any changes to the car, mate? That's Matty's car rolling past us behind us there. Any changes to the car, or is it just put it back together and repair?
We've basically put a lot of it back to stock. We were playing with it a little bit last year. We had heaps of issues with aftermarket parts, all genuine now. Hopefully it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. That's interesting. It's overall fairly stock car.
Completely.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the track this weekend? Today?
It's going to be fast for the fast cars. It's going to be hard for us slow cars.
It's smooth. It's
Yeah,
fairly
that's-
smooth.
that's what I mean.
Today it was smooth. I think, I was saying
it'll
a few
chop out
times.
probably tomorrow, the first 2 laps once the big cars go through, and we'll just be sliding around through what they've made for us. But I think for the fast cars, they're going to get it done pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Us slower cars, we're going to battle through.
Well, we pre-ran today at exactly 80 kilometres and not a kilometre faster, and we did it just over an hour. So I think the fast cars, I think we're going to see. I'm tipping a sub 30-minute lap by somebody.
I was going to say 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah. I think they were guesstimating about 30 to 35 minutes for the fast guys. I reckon we'll see someone do it under 30.
Yeah, it won't be us.
All right, Matty, thank you, mate.
Enjoy
We'll see you throughout the weekend, mate. Matty Hummer car, 633, little side-by-side. Sponsored by Swerve's Tyres, I believe, and Raceline Wheels. Who's our next local competitor? Ampel, maybe I can have a chat with him. Struggling to get in the car. I can understand that. Hello. I'm just going to flip your lid over, but mate, you look squished in there.
If it was a smaller one, I'd get it.
I tell you what, that's a tight cockpit.
It is, but I feel safe, so see how we go.
Now, there's a lot of Class 10s this weekend, but not many single-seaters.
No.
I think I saw Sean Ratcliffe. I can't remember who else I saw as far as single-seaters go. How many? I think there's maybe 3 or 4.
Okay, yep. No, I'd just rather go on my own. I couldn't live with myself if I hurt someone else, so I'll just take it steady. Yeah.
Any prep on the car? Any changes to the car?
Yeah, fair bit. Trying to bring it up to spec has been a big job. So it's originally from Northern Territory, this one. So yeah, trying to bring it up to Class 10 standard. It's taken a bit.
And I'll tell you, they're getting faster. like, gee whiz, some of these cars are fast now. Even the, Class 10, that's only 2.5 litre, but with gearing, torque converters, transaxles, changes, and this is a beam car, so it's probably a little bit under suspension compared to some of them. However, we've seen some beam cars do some really good things in championships over the last few years.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm just here to have a go, and I don't want to take a podium finish. I just want to finish.
Enjoy it is more the thing.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll speak to you throughout the weekend. Looks like a little SR20 or something in the back of that. Nissan. Conrad, a little Alumac. Beautiful looking little car, that 1006 car. Now, I don't know much about car 60 here. I couldn't tell you too much about that, folks. We'll try and grab them as they wander through. Once again, folks, thank you immensely to our sponsors here, Waikerie Hotel, ARB 4x4 Accessories, for helping put on this event. Obviously the Waikerie off-roaders have prepared a phenomenal race, a phenomenal track, and an awesome night out here at the Waikerie Football Club. So mate, now I don't remember, not that I remember everybody, but I don't remember this car. Tell me about it.
Well, I've had it for about 5 years, I think, racing. So it's been a pretty reliable bus for us. Yeah, we're going all right in the SAORRA series this year. So
that's where you're chasing the South Australian off-road racing?
Yeah, we're just mainly doing club events, so that's where it's at.
So that this weekend, I think you do 3 laps?
4 on Sunday.
4 laps on Sunday, yeah. So each person, each different level, the Southern States, the SA Off-Road Racing Championship do a separate amount of laps, and then the National Championship do the full, I think, 7 laps. So
yeah.
And what do you think of the track today? I've got to ask everybody, because I usually get many different responses, but I seem to this year be getting the same. Everyone's saying it's fast.
Oh yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to that, the new section of the track, which I haven't done before. I've done the old section a couple of times, but the new section, that looks like a lot of fun, a lot of sand, and yeah, I think
and not too rough yet.
Well, not yet, no, but that won't be long.
All right, well, have fun in the prologue tomorrow, mate, and we'll catch up throughout the weekend. There you go. Grash. Car 60. I know not much about it. LS. I'll see if I can't get Trav Conrad as he wanders out. They're nearly done with their scrutiny, so it's a pretty well prepared car, this too, I've got to tell you. Alumac, another 10 car. This class has gone gangbusters over the last 2 or 3 years. Like, it's been around, I'm going to say around 5 or 6 years now, but in the last couple of years, the class has doubled in size and the competition's gotten really stiff. So running Fox shocks. There's a fair range of shocks out here this weekend. Typically King and Fox are probably the main two, but I've seen a few different brands out here this weekend. Gotten the tick of approval there they got a sticker up in the top left corner of their windscreen opening. let him get out and then have a yap. Just while we wait, folks, if there's anyone here from media, they're about to do the briefing in the club rooms, so could you wander over and do a quick briefing for us, please? Anyone that's on the media side of things? Trav, how are you?
Good, Sandy. Yourself?
Fantastic. Mate, this is, I've said it before with this car, I think I actually love the shape of this car. I love many things about this car. How is it?
It's fantastic, actually.
And ready to go by the looks of it?
Yep, hope so, yeah. Done a lot of work over the last month, so it'll be right.
And are you ready to go?
Yep, ready as ever.
Yep. Who you got sitting in the passenger seat?
I've got Alistair, my son,
Yep.
and got one of his mates in for tomorrow for 2 laps. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a cracker. Now, tell us about it, just for the people at home. Frame?
It's a Racer Engineering.
Yeah.
Ben Ersick brought it in from the States.
Yep.
It was their car that they ran in the Baja 1000, and they ran it over there in a few events. And they ran it here. They put the VQ in it.
Yep.
Then I bought it off them 18 months ago.
What motor's in it now?
A VQ 25.
Oh, shit. There you go. I had no idea on that.
Yep. That's a good little thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't mind to rev a bit, and
Yep.
we'll see how it goes against some of these Hondas on the weekend.
And how many races have you done in this thing?
Probably 8.
Yep.
Yeah. Most of them's been in South Australia, which is quite ironical because we live the east of Melbourne, so a lot of travelling.
Are you competing? What champion? Are you chasing any titles this weekend?
Not really.
Just coming out for fun?
We're doing all right in the southern states, so we're running those points and ARB just for a bit of fun.
Yep. Yeah.
Not chasing any ARB points really, just here for the fun of it.
Yep. And the track looks fast as hell.
Yeah, it does. It'll be interesting how some of the sandy bits, if they're going to cut up, but we'll be right. Just same for everybody, so just got to make the best of it.
From what I can see, once again, I've said it to everybody, but from what I could see on that track today, it just looks like rocks are probably going to come through in areas, and if the breeze, which it looks like the breeze is, the set menu for the weather says the breeze is going to come up, so today was the calmer day, and it should make for an amazing weekend of racing.
Oh, most definitely. Yep. This place, well, Waikerie known for its rocks, so it came rocky a bit last year, but we got through it. Just drive the conditions, and it'll be all right.
Enjoy it, mate. I'll see you out there. Trav Conrad, racer. I actually called it Alumac from that curved back end, so my apologies, everybody, for the diehards at home. VQ25, I did not know that. Oh, there you go. I might have to have a little sneaky look at that later. Trying to nick off before I got to him. Oh, that's all right there. Tom.
How are you, mate?
I'm fantastic. This thing's looking phenomenal.
Yeah, a bit of a change of colours.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was
red.
White and red, or red?
Yeah, red, white and black.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, it looks phenomenal. Any changes apart from the look?
Nah, not really.
Just want to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah. This button in here, mate.
The boost button for those that can't see it at home.
Yep. Yeah, no, it should be right.
So tell us about it. So the people at home. Frame.
Jimco.
Yep. Engine.
3.5 litre Holden twin turbo.
Transmission.
Yep. Albans. Yep. 5.
And what else? What other special things can we tell people about this car?
The rest is secret.
A lot of people in off-road do share parts and information, so it's not all hate down the back, down in the pits, is it?
No, absolutely not.
There's a pretty good family amongst the off-roaders. Obviously, some of the high-end secrets need to be kept, otherwise, Grandma's sauce would never be handed down, would it? So, what do you think of the track, mate?
Yeah, I think
this
it'll be
thing
fast.
is going to demolish the track out there, I think.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, I think it'll be fast. Seems to be, not a lot of gotchas, but there's a few there that'll come up.
There is a couple of bigger crests and a couple of smaller ones that come down, and they can be a little bit off camber, so they could catch someone out.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. They'll come up real fast.
Now, we know every car has to run a rally safe. Do you guys run a GPS at all?
Yeah, yep. We'll put the lead nav on the dash and...
You've pace noted yourselves?
Yep, do it all ourselves, so... Yep, bit of a system in place, we think, so...
Who's in the passenger seat?
We've got two this weekend, just a couple of mates, Damo Bennett and Jesse Bubb, so... They're just over here if you want to go talk to them.
We'll get it. I'll get them when they least expect it throughout the weekend.
Yeah, no dramas.
All right, mate. The car looks phenomenal. Enjoy it, and I will see you throughout the weekend. Tommy Owen Car 30, third generation off-road racer. There you go. Third generation. The Owens have been in the sport for a long time. That car's looking phenomenal, actually. Now this little Class 1 car here, I've been at a couple of races, it's fared quite well. Car 264, I think that's a Tatum, isn't it? Yeah, Townsville, another Townsville crew, that's right. I remember now. This little car, little Tatum's been around for a little while. I swear it's had a change of colours since I saw it last. Has it? No. I probably see too many off-road race cars, that's why. I'm gonna stop anyone I can to have a yap. Where did I last see this car? Day-nighter in... That was probably the last time I saw it, is it? Day-nighter in last year out at Beachport, but I know it will have competed since.
Where have we been since? King of the Dunes, Moddy's Place.
That's right, I actually saw it there too, didn't I?
Yeah, Moddy's Place, across at Sea Lake, now here, doing the Southern States Series.
Yeah. Seems to be a good amount of races there. And how have you been faring in the championship? Oh, sorry, the Southern States Series.
It's a brilliant series. The guy that organises it should be congratulated. He's getting big fields, waiting lists, and we've been having a good run.
Now, it's a little VQ powered car.
Yes, a little 3.5 litre Nissan. Yes.
We run at about 1900 horsepower or so. No.
At least.
What computer you run?
Ultronics.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Done by Troy. Troy done the tune on it and can't fault it.
Yep. Standard motor or cams and...
Wow, I tell all my competitors it's standard, but it's not.
Yep, beautiful. That's all we need to know. Right. What transmission?
Albans 5-speed.
Albans,
yes.
Another Albans?
Yes.
Clutch car?
No, yes, clutch, yes.
Clutch car?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks very
Enjoy
much.
The week. I'll hunt you down over the weekend. Thank you, mate. Mr. Nissan. It's been quite a competitive car in some of those smaller races. I saw that out at, I think we went out to King of the Dunes and it did quite well. Even that day-nighter out, the Millicent Buggy Club run the day-nighter out at Beachport. Did quite well out there as well. Quite fast, Mr. Nissan. I haven't seen too many side-by-sides come through. Tell you what though, Millie, Vandy, are you in the car this weekend, Millie?
Yeah, I am on Sunday, but tomorrow Isaac's driving.
Oh, so you don't want to get in tomorrow?
Nah, I'd like to finish this weekend on my wheels, so.
So you are, that means why is Isaac driving tomorrow?
Just got to give the little brother a chance, you know?
Are you driving on the weekend?
No, Darren's driving Sunday for the long course and Isaac will drive tomorrow.
Yeah, nice. Oh, we'll see you throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Millie. Millie's associated with my brother from another mother, Darren Vandy, in car 554. I don't even know what I've been handed here. Might be my termination letter. Oh, the information that I wanted earlier. But thank you. This is a long list of competitors, which I will probably study more tonight than I have leading up to the event. I've been quite busy myself, so I do apologise for not having enough information in my brain prior to tonight. But out here, Waikerie, South Australia, beautiful sunset over in the distance, over towards the west here, and the ARB Waikerie Hotel Riverland Enduro, run by the Waikerie off-roaders. And I think, once again, what a phenomenal amount of energy has gone into this race. They have out there great facilities out at the track. The viewing seems fantastic as well. You've got you get to see everyone take off from the start line, loop around the back. We've got around 400 or 500 k's of racing this weekend. So tomorrow, out of if anyone's in local that wants to come out, tomorrow's the day. Get out there, have a look at the prologue early in the morning, and then come out. You can stay out there for the afternoon, have a look at the short course, and then Sunday's the big day where we'll have 7 laps in total. Some of those cars, like we're saying, the Southern States Series entrants will do a set number of laps, and the South Australian Championship entrants will do a set amount of laps. The national entrants for the National Championship, the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship, they will do the full 7 laps. And everyone's got to finish a certain amount of kilometres as well to be set as a contender for points. So pretty interesting things. Now, this is one of my favourite teams in the background right here behind me, the Cougar Racing team. They have, I think, not finished maybe 2 races that I know of ever out of the 960 races they've done. Craig Barnett at the wheel. They are in a fresh car for them this last race. Glenn Towers' car. There you go. So, he's hiring this car for this race. There you go. I thought there was another one involved. Yeah. Well, this will be interesting. I'm going to grab him as soon as he comes out, folks. We won't be long. Another side-by-side, 621. I will refresh my names associated with vehicles tonight again. I know many. There's some fresh ones. There's some that I have forgotten, so once again I do apologise. And once again, if I say your name wrong over the weekend, or just come and see us, correct me, that's fine. I'm a dumb mechanic from the Yarra Valley in Victoria. I am not a wordsmith. Once again, they're checking just mainly safety items here. Each car is logbooked in a class, so when they're logbooked with AASA, you have to designate a class. And a lot of those classes, for example, one Barnett's driving Towers car there, that is actually a class 1, an ultimate class car, which means it's an open engine sized buggy. Things like the side-by-side here at class 6, they fit within the regs of the side-by-sides. There's a few different tributaries, should I say, of class 6. You get class 66 and 66A, different engines, different frames, different mods on them. And if they step outside those regs, they instantly go usually to class 11, I would say. There's not much that would keep them within those other classes. Once again, you've got class 7 and 8, which we're seeing. I just see Heath and Michael lined up out back there. Those classes are typically full drive, they are full drive classes, and they have class 7's basically a production full drive, and class 8 is your modified full drive class. One of our favourites, folks, Craig Barnett, and I did expect. I knew you had a new car on the horizon, and I was a little confused when I saw this, but I just thought maybe this was it. But apparently this isn't it, and the new car's not ready yet.
Yeah, mate, this is an interim car. We've got about 2 more months to go to get the big girl. So Glenn's kindly enough lent me this to look after. So it's a higher car, which they generally do go a little bit harder than most cars. So I'm looking forward to that. And I've driven it all of 10 metres. That's the first.
That's what I was actually about to say to you, mate. I was going to ask, have you done any like any testing in this car?
Nothing, mate. It's been flogging down rain for about 6 months at home, so I couldn't bring myself to get it dirty. So yeah, we'll get it dirty tomorrow.
Well, tell us about the new car. I know it's not here yet, and I actually expected to see it here this weekend. I didn't realise that this was a thing, but tell us and those at home about your new one.
Yeah, no, very excited about it. It's a Glenn.
Hey, I've got to tell you, I'm excited about it too.
Yeah, but don't worry, I'm keen. Yeah, Glenn Towers Motorsports built it. Bloody beautiful car. The same rear arms is on there. Have a look on the way out. 7 litre, 6-speed Hollinger paddle shift. Pretty special bit of kit. I'm excited. Yeah. 2
months. So does that mean we see it at Pines?
Hopefully we'll blood it at Don River, and then we'll take it to Pines. That's the target.
Well, this weekend's just about circulating and grabbing points, I would imagine.
Oh, very much so. I've never driven any other car except for the old Southern Cross, so I'll be just behaving myself, and we'll do a bit of circulating, and hopefully get a good finish, and we'll just do what we do.
Well, the track looks fast, it's smooth. There's obviously a couple of little crests out there that could probably potentially bite you, but if you were not a little bit cautious, which I'm sure you're going to be this weekend, but any thoughts on the track? I haven't seen, no one's seen the prologue track yet. We will see that tomorrow morning. They'll go around their competition cars in the morning. So what about the main track? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fast, definitely. We'll be busy on the wheel. You'll be driving every bit of it. But, it looked good. There wasn't too many big kickers. Couple of little bits of stuff, but not that exciting. It'll just flow, I reckon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good drive, especially doing the 360 Ks on the Sunday. We sort of like doing that. Long stuff all in one day, and just get a bit of attrition happening, and just fucking hold solid. Yeah.
Our camera, we beeped that out, mate. Don't worry.
Beautiful.
Craig Barnett, folks. I'll tell you what, we'll catch up throughout the weekend. I'll see the whole crew's here again. They all go everywhere. I think they're joined at the hip, these lot. So thank you, mate, and good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Craig Barnett. I'll tell you what, I found the Grand Pooh Bar here. I'll have a bit of a chat. Tell us about, I've said it 100 times over probably already, people are probably sick of hearing it, the phenomenal amount of energy that's gone in by the club, and the quality of setup out there is fantastic. The track was marked. I couldn't pick a thing wrong with the marking of the track. The track itself looked amazing. The pit area, the layout, I think everything, we're in for a cracker weekend. The weather looks phenomenal. So, yeah, I mean, you've obviously put in a lot of work behind the scenes, and the club and others. So,
yeah, no, there's been an enormous amount of work going into setting up this new track that we've got. We were blessed with a bit of knowledge of running events like this from the old track, and we learnt what works and what doesn't. And we sort of set it up to eventually be able to run a national again.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, and we couldn't get better to welcome back to. Like I said, the whole setup's phenomenal.
Yeah, we sort of had ideas of maybe being a national next year, and we really would have liked an extra year to get ready. But it turned out that...
Just come forward a little. I want to stop him, that's all. Come here. Come over here. We'll have a chat over here while we wait for him to come out, but I want to stop him.
Yeah, it turned out that Griffith wanted to have a break, and so the opportunity was there. So they'd been using our date, so we jumped in and had a lot of work to do to put it on and get things ready. So lucky we've got a great crew, a great team. They've all put in a lot of effort. We've got a lot of
I can tell, mate.
older
And it
club
shows
members
on
that you know, they got the experience. We've got a lot of younger guys. They're learning, but they've got, you know,
energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what it takes. So.
Yeah, it's been a long process, you know, these days with all the planning requirements and development applications and having acoustic reports done and vegetation reports. It's not just a matter of putting a track.
Find land and go.
Yeah.
Find land and go racing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's been challenging, and we're just happy to be through that all now. You know, even just getting...
I know the stress that goes on. I've done it myself a few times as well. So,
you know, even just getting functioning toilets is not a simple thing for an event that can have, you know, over 1,000 people. So it's, you know, we've been lucky that the local council helped us out with that, which was really appreciated. They come on fairly short notice because we thought we were going to have at least another year before we had to worry about that.
True.
And so it was all get it happening. So we appreciate the help that they stepped up and come, and you know, it's just so we can give back to our community, because having,
mate, look at the people here. It's
absolutely,
phenomenal.
yeah, having all these people here is and seeing Waikerie, you know, what Waikerie has to offer as a town, to come and visit and enjoy having a holiday here or whatever it might be. You know, there's lots to do here in you know, apart from racing. So so we're really proud of the setup that we've achieved, you know, with the pits, the way the track is laid out, the actual track itself. We as a racer myself, I think I would want to race on it.
Yeah.
So
I do.
So I think, I'm keen to hear the feedback after Sunday of what everyone thinks of it. Always the first year, I mean, some of it's been raced on before, some of it's new, so the first year that'll move around a lot and change, and it's always a better second year, but we'll see how it goes. So.
All right, mate. I'll catch up throughout the weekend. Thank you. And once again, Waikerie Off-Roaders have put on a phenomenal event already, and we haven't even really started, have we?
No. The racing's yet to start. So
tomorrow morning, what time out at the track?
9 o'clock we'll start racing.
Yeah,
Flag will
folks.
drop.
9 o'clock for the prologue start,
Yep.
and then 2 laps for the short course.
That's it. Yep. So that'll be fun. Lots of good viewing for spectators out there. We've, you know, tried to make that good for the spectators as well, so I think they're going to enjoy it.
They're virtually racing from a giant U shape around you.
That's
in
right.
total.
Yeah.
You get not 360, but not far off.
Yeah, you from the spectator area you can see over a kilometre of the track, so that's not bad for an off-road track.
Yep.
So, yeah, so all good. Hope everyone comes along and enjoys.
They will. I'll catch you throughout the weekend. Thank you, mate. And 888, Michael Hackney, the only Class 8, folks. Excuse me. Get him out of the sheds, Michael. I know it's a bit hard for our camera to see Michael in here. He's hiding. The car looks a little higher than last time I saw it. So tell us, you need a bit more. And I know it struggled with a bit of suspension out at Rainbow, but I don't think you're going to struggle with suspension this weekend. This car's suited to this track, I'm telling you.
Yeah, should be a good track, I reckon. We lifted the car about 2 inches, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah, just keep it off the bump stops.
Yep.
But yeah, looking forward to it.
No other changes, really? I know you've had a couple of races now to sort out some issues of a refresh of the car.
Yeah, a few issues sorted, a few electrical gremlins and a lot of transmission issues, but should be all sorted this weekend, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did you think of the track?
I didn't go for reconnaissance.
Come on.
Take it as it is, we'll be all right.
It's a fast track, a couple of rocks, but yeah, once again, overall, I think you'll have the car's suited to the track. You should have a lot of fun this weekend.
Nah, looking forward to it.
It's just a shame there's not more Class 8s.
It is a shame. Like, a bit more competition would be nice.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. There's only one Class 7, and once again, Michael's the only Class 8 here this weekend, but I think we'll see a few more start to come out of the sheds. I plan on building another Class 7 or 8. I've got a Class 8 in the shed, which I'm going to pull out next year regardless, but I do plan on building another Class 7 for next year. So anyway, we'll see you throughout the weekend, mate.
Nah, thank you.
Good luck, Michael. Michael Hackney, car 888. And this car's been around forever. I'm bloody awesome. How you going?
I'm doing all right. Came for
Quite cosy in there.
It is very cosy in here.
Now, tell me, we know this car itself has been around for a long time, but any changes since we last saw it?
Nothing major, I don't think.
I don't think it needs many changes, this car. I think this car's pretty well sorted, isn't it?
Just needs a decent driver.
I heard that. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, the car looks, as it always has. Thoughts on the tracks? Thoughts on the track?
A bit dusty, isn't it?
Well,
we'll be right.
I was saying to everybody, I've been following the weather leading up to this, and it was early on in the week. I think on Monday, I think it was showing about 18 degrees. We're looking like 19 today, 20 tomorrow, 21 on Sunday, and I think the breeze is picking up a little bit tomorrow, and then Sunday's meant to be more again. So hopefully it's not blowing us out of our seats, but overall, I think we'll see for a really good weather weekend as far as dust goes.
Yeah, no, it should be good, hopefully. Hopefully that dust isn't too annoying.
All right.
No breakdowns?
No, we don't want to see breakdowns, and we don't want to see destroyed tyres either, I think. So, but we'll catch up throughout the weekend. I will annoy every single competitor here throughout the weekend, I'm sure. Probably at the most inconvenient time as usual. .570. I don't know if I've seen another class. Oh, maybe there's two Class 5s here. Is that another Class 5? Yes, there is two Class 5s. Class 5 isn't a busy class this weekend either. There's not quite as many as there used to be in Class 5. We've got, I think it was around 60 competitors in total, which I'll sharpen up on my notes tonight and tomorrow morning. But looks like Rooster's here. Some of these guys have been scrutineering cars since I can remember, since I started, and I've been off-road racing for just over 20 years now. I started in Winch Challenge myself, so that's, I think I've been racing a total of 30-something years myself, so, but they're just going through some differences on numbers, I see, which will be rectified easy enough. It'll usually just be marked in a logbook if they have a minor issue, not so much a safety issue, but if it's a minor issue as far as things like, maybe a seatbelt cutter placed slightly in the wrong spot, it can be rectified before the next race. If it's a major safety issue, then it will be flagged or need to be rectified before they come out tomorrow morning for prologue. So they'll have, usually if it's something they need to go away and fix, they can come back and see them before race start tomorrow, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, they'll be able to fix it. But if it's something minor, they were just discussing the roof numbers. For those at home, there's a big set of rules here put on by AASA. You can read through all the regs. You've got to have fire extinguishers and seatbelt cutters, forward-facing lights, tow points, battery triangles, all that sort of stuff. a blue triangle to denote where the battery is in the vehicle, that sort of thing. So the numbers on this car a little bit small. They do need to be a 25 mil thick number with a gap from the number to the outside of the whiteboard. Also needs to be 25 mil as well. So there's a few simple and they're not the worst rules. They're not the hardest rules. They're just rules, but they all need to be adhered to. Couple of side-by-sides. I don't know how many we've gone through. We've got a fair few cars lined up over there already. We've got about, I'm going to say we're well over half the field through at the moment. Still checking all their gear. We know they need to... we know they need to see all of their apparel. Even the simple things like race suits, they need to be they can't be torn. They can't be, harnesses. If they've been in an accident, sometimes they'll cut the harness so they can't be reused. Now this is a crowd favourite, Rooster. Mate, I saw they just had a little discussion with your number there. I know what they're saying. I understand it from both sides of the fence. Just a simple fix for next race.
That's it. Just move a bit more wide around the black and all good.
I've been done for it before myself, where you try and get fancy with lettering to make it look good, and they ping you, but it's nothing serious. It's nothing safety concern. I think the rest of the car obviously sailed through quite nicely, and you've possibly raced 5 races and nobody's noticed it, and then all of a sudden a different tech guy comes in or ping you on something so fickle and so trivial. It's not the end of the world. Any changes to the car?
Nah, just...
This is the same car you've raced for a while now, isn't it? Yeah,
Yep.
like a couple of years.
I only raced the start of last year, only a good year, so everything seems to be going good so far, so hopefully we can hold it together for the weekend and we'll be right.
Now, the track, what are your thoughts on the track?
Oh, it'll be good. There'll be a few rocks by the end of it, but I reckon a bit of dust will pick up, but that bit of wind will sort that out. And
I was thinking on the way around, the side-by-side's been that little bit shorter on the wheelbase. I know we've got 4 drives, so as soon as you touch, you're pulling the back end back down. But coming over some of those crests on some of those little sand hills, a little bit of a bum kicker going on down there.
There's a couple kickers out there, I reckon, in these. So
now, do you run any navigation or just a mouth next to you?
Yep.
Who's in the passenger seat?
Mum.
Mum?
Mum goes beside me, so...
Awesome. All right, well, enjoy the weekend. I'll annoy you throughout the weekend, I'm sure. And good luck.
No worries, thank you.
All right, see you tomorrow. Rooster in 666. Well, see Sean Radcliffe, another one of our single-seater Class 10s. Single-seater Class 10s, we've got Doot, 1082, 6119. Look, we've got probably, I see the Chapmans back there in the lineup, so we're slowly getting through them. Couldn't have turned on better weather. Look out in the middle of the footy field. What a night. Perfect. Round 2, Waikerie, South Australia. The ARB Waikerie Hotel Riverland Enduro. Round 2, the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship. We also have a number of competitors competing in both the South Australian Championship for points and also the Southern States Series, which Heath Whedon's put an amazing amount of energy into that. It's a smaller series designed to get some older cars and some lesser class cars as such out of sheds and competing on these smaller events. And like we said before, Moddy said, that we've had field events, some of them for the first time in a long time due to that. And I think there's a massive amount of people chasing this series now, designed mainly around South Australia, Victoria, those events, and some around those club events. I think Banner and those sorts of events filled. So it'll be good to see the end of that series, towards the end of the year, because I think we've got a great number of competitors, great bunch of people too. So well done to Heath for putting that on and getting the energy to put it on. Here he is, man, himself. Thank you, mate. Heath Whedon, who is running the teal-coloured. I call it teal. I call it what colour you like. What colour do you call it, mate?
Whatever you feel. Whatever you feel on the day.
779, the GU Patrol. Just going through the Southern States Series, I know you've obviously started the words on it and made it happen. It's a phenomenal amount of energy and filled lots of races already.
Yeah, it definitely has. All the clubs too have been really good with extending the fields to try and help out to keep all these club events going. So, it's been really good. We've got 3 weeks, I think, and we'll have Beachport, which will be round 6.
I was saying there's 8 rounds.
Yeah,
I miscalculated.
Yeah, there's 8 rounds total. So we'll go to Beachport, back to Rainbow Short Course, and then to Burringal. So,
and a big amount of sponsors helped out there as well. I see Burson's put a fair bit in to get it going.
Yeah, we have Burson's come on board, and then they've come for the outright, as well as the class sponsors like Sandy himself, CCM 4x4 in Mount Gambier.
I put you on the spot, haven't I? It's hard, I know. I've got to remember 60 competitors that I only see in helmets. I don't usually see face to face.
Yeah, no, it's But I'll have all the banners out tomorrow as well. Integrity New Homes are another one that's come on board, which is Dean Carter. We've got 12 class sponsors. Tough As Work Mats are one, and they'll be all out there tomorrow to put the sponsors boards up and have a look.
And even seems like it's added a few extra cars in here, by the looks of it.
I think probably 12 or 13. Yeah, so
not that people like yourself. I'm sure you've entered both the Southern States Series and the ARB Championship, but so you'll be coming for the championship anyway, and you just tick the box to come into the Southern States Series.
Yeah, basically that's right. Yeah, so you can do the national, the ARB, the state level itself, or the club level for here or SAORRA events. So yeah.
Now I missed you on the way through before, but Heath's Patrol's done, I'm going to say, 50 races in the last 5 years. And I don't reckon I'd be far off there. It's the same old GU.
Yeah, it's back
70th motor this week.
68th. Yeah, it's had a few. It's had a new one this week. So run down there to Gilly down in Geelong and dynoed it Tuesday. So it's back together and we'll see what happens.
No changes. I mean, you've run a very similar car for a long time. A few little bits and pieces have changed, but is there any major changes this time round?
Back to a basically dead stock engine. That's about it. So.
I keep telling you that, mate. Yeah. He doesn't believe me that I used to run a standard 4.8 in my Class 7.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Heath Whedon. The grand poobah of the Southern States Series, putting it all together. Also running Burringal, which runs after the Pines over near Millicent in Victoria, South Australia. G'day.
How are you?
I'm good. How's the car? Mate, I mostly remember faces when I see them regularly, but the problem I have is The problem I have is I only see people either not in a race car, and when I see them in a race car, they've normally got a helmet on. So I don't recognise. I recognise the car, then I know the name, and then I'll see them out there. I'm like, I know that face, but I can't put a car or a name to the face. So, and I'm probably not the best guy for the job when it comes to that. But car, looking neat.
Ready to go. Yep. Happy.
Tell punters at home about the car. What? I can't even see the. Where is the engine? Back there.
Honda K24, Albin sequential, 10-inch, ready to go.
And that's about it.
That's about it. Beam car.
I saw there's how many beam? I might be 3 beam cars this weekend. Definitely saw yours and another.
Yep, there's a few. It's the Southern Cross Mark V SX501, the first of the Mark V's built with the beam front end.
There you go. Now tell me, are you chasing the Southern States Series?
I am chasing the Southern States
Not
Series.
doing the ARB Championship?
No, not this time around.
No. Maybe next year, is that what you're thinking?
Maybe. We'll see how we go.
And thoughts on the track?
It's going to be fast. Very, very fast.
What's the top speed out of this thing?
Can't tell you. Top secret, that.
we don't know yet.
Righto, thanks, Andy.
Good luck, mate. We'll see you throughout the weekend, dude. Another well-prepared Class 10 car. Well, Class 10s. This car's too tall to get in the tent, I reckon. I know he's just going to slide in there. 585. Well, he's dodged a bullet, hasn't he? And now I've got to tell you that Class 5 we just saw disappear over the distance, 585, out at Rainbow was surprisingly smooth and surprisingly fast out there. So it was good to see, and it'll be, I'm sure it'll be good to see it out here over the weekend. Probably not going to use as much suspension this weekend as it did out at Rainbow, because Rainbow was rough and it cut up towards the end of the weekend as well. But I don't reckon we're going to see any holes in corners anywhere near as bad as what we did out at Rainbow or some of those other races. So Class 2, I don't think we saw many Class 2s on the entry list. I'm going to say I only saw 2 or maybe 3 Class 2s on the entry list. I don't know how my voice is going to be towards the end of the weekend either, folks. So once again, I apologise. But it only went downhill last night on the way up here. Got another Class 6. I reckon he's going to be rolling out of here any minute. Drive up a bit more, have a chat. Oh, that's all right. Well, driving this weekend.
Michael Lesky.
And you're driving?
Yes.
I don't remember really meeting you, so g'day. I probably have, but I've met so many people over the last few years doing this. So,
6119. That's not your typical Class 6 or
No, it's
66,
extended. It's
etc.
extended. It's
And
extended.
what puts this car into Class 6?
It's just a standard Can-Am. It's just they've extended the Class 6 numbers because there's more than 100.
Ah, righto, there you go. There's your stockbrokers on the phone here. So tell us about it. Anything amazing about it? The car, is it a standard car? Any mods? Different arms, different diffs, different ratios, different anythings, different belts, coolers.
So it's all standard. SBH have built it. Front diff has been modified, so it's got a stronger pinion saver in it. Other than that, yeah, most of it's just bone stock.
Yeah.
Suspension work, yeah.
And is your first time at a Waikerie event?
Well, I did navigating last year, but yeah, first time for the ARB series and all that too.
So what did you think of the track today?
It was great. Amazing.
Yeah, I think so too. It's one of my favourites now. I like looking at it. Just for me, that just looks like the rocks will be the issue. But
rocks and dust, standard.
Once again, I think the weather shows a bit more wind tomorrow, and Sunday a lot more wind. So
hopefully,
well, that's what it's showing so far. And to me, it would be nice to have a dump of rain maybe tomorrow afternoon or something. But I don't think that's going to happen.
100% overnight would be amazing too. But yeah, wait and see.
All right. Well, good luck for the weekend. Good to meet you. Sort of. I know we sort of. I've probably seen you and etc. But good luck for the weekend. Another Class 6. Class 2. That's bit of a dwindling class of late. I remember 10 years ago there would have been 10 or 15 Class 2s at every race. And now I think it's changed to Class 10. So we're seeing a few Class 2s come out of the shed just to go and do this Southern States Series, which is good to see. They've been hiding out for a long time now, so it's good to see them back out. Little beam car. All Class 2s are up to a 1650 engine. So looks like there's another Class 5, the F truck down the back there. That looks like it might not fit under the Scrutineering 10 as well. Try and pull these guys up over here a little bit. They're in a hurry. They don't want to talk to me. I get it. Quick dodge. I get it. Well, we've got a second, folks. Once again, sponsoring the championship round 2 out here at Waikerie, South Australia. ARB 4x4 accessories. Got Dynamic Wheel Company. They've been around for a long time now and putting a lot into the off-road racing side of things. We saw one of the Hummers, Matt, his father, Chris, started Dynamic Wheel Co. I'm going to say 25-ish years ago or more, and still going strong nowadays. Also, Mickey Thompson putting a lot into this championship. So once again, we appreciate that. Taylor Apostoles competed at a few off-road races now. I think Taylor's father sits in the passenger seat with her normally. might be a bit hard to get some of these guys over where our camera will get them. We've got a static camera on stand this weekend, tonight. But if I can get them over for a chat, they won't want to. Be nice to have a chat to him, and I'll grab him throughout the weekend as well. So that car's been around a fair while now. I think that's the 5th or 5 of our Class 4s. See, we've got Greggy Gartner, Darren Mott, Peter Simpson, and the old 404F truck, Black Bear entry. See Lockie Campbell rolling into Scrutiny, another Maverick R. I think it's the second of our Mavericks this weekend. You'll be checking horns. Once again, you need to have a reverse gear in your car if you didn't know that. So some people didn't know that. And back in the day, there was lots of cars that didn't have a reverse gear in them. So you need to have a reverse gear. Once again, all your safety gear. Lockie Campbell had a phenomenal run. He was well inside the top 10 out at Rainbow at our first round at the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship out at Rainbow. Oh, sorry, Rainbow. With his father in the passenger seat, Greg Campbell Motorsport up in New South Wales. Do a lot of preparation with the side-by-sides. And they pulled that thing out of the shed. I think they had a little issue that they didn't even think to look at before they pulled it out of the shed last race. But I'm tipping now that this car's been out and been used, Lockie won't want to go back to the old one. So I would imagine they've done a full race prep on this time round. We've had a couple of months hiatus from round 1 out at Rainbow, and we've got a very short break between, I think it's only 3 to 4 weeks between now and Goondiwindi up on the Queensland border for the 3rd round of the championship. So I will grab some of these folk as they come out. I think Taylor would be very close to ready to roll on out. I can see Clayton Chapman down the back there. A couple of others. I did see Stu Chapman hanging out in the bakery this morning, so I believe he'll be racing, but I haven't seen his car yet. I can see Kyle Tucker's car in the background there. If anyone that watched and follows the ARB Championship, you would have seen Kyle Tucker absolutely dominating early on at Rainbow, round 1. He's in the lineup to be scrutinised.
There you go.
Oh, yep. I've got the mayor, Trevor Norton, the mayor of Waikerie. I didn't...
Love the council.
You can correct me, mate.
No,
Sorry,
it's
I've been cramming for this in the last 10 minutes when I got here, because I've been extremely busy leading up to this as well, and I don't do it full time.
Oh,
so
you're doing a good job. Yeah, you're doing a great
So,
job.
mate, I tell you what a town and what an event they look like they've put on already, and we haven't even started yet. So,
no, it's James's crew and the Waikerie off-roaders and the volunteers to be congratulated for what they've done. Yeah, which I'm sure there's a lot of ruts in getting it organised, if I use the right term there. And so, fantastic job, their resilience to come back and after COVID and start building this track and building it and doing all they have, which I understand after this year it's complete and all they got to do is maintain it.
yeah, look, the facility out there, I had a look around there today. The toilets they've got placed, they've got showers out there for campers, road closures, the whole lot, the signage. It's right up there with all the races I've seen and been to in the last 30 years. So, and
that's fantastic to hear, and I'm sure that the kicker in all of this will be the event this weekend and tonight. You know, that's look at this, beautiful. I wish we'd had a bit more rain.
You programmed the weather well as well.
Oh, apparently we should have had more rain for everyone and would have settled the track a bit, but I don't think it'll worry you guys.
No, the wind, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of wind throughout the weekend, but yeah. Once again, thank you very much, mate. And I haven't even had anything really to do with the lead up to this race, but I know the amount of energy that goes into running, organising, and just the preparation, dealing with councils and different levels that you need to get things across the line nowadays. So once again, a massive thanks.
Well, they're the ruts, aren't they, James? Dealing with council and planning. And these are the kickers, the event you've done, and it's really no thanks to us, it's all thanks to you, and congratulations on what you've done at the track. Hopefully I'll get out there Sunday and it hasn't all blown away.
Yeah, well, there's definitely been some challenges with the weather, but we got a little bit of rain, so that's helped. But the club would really like to thank the Loxton Waikerie District Council for the assistance that you've given to help us get the event back up and running, and particularly with the help financially to get the septic working for the toilets. Without that, we wouldn't be able to make it happen. So we really appreciate that, and hopefully everyone enjoys it.
Sure do, James, and other things we should be doing for you. There's extra we should be doing as well. So hopefully now that you got the event back on track, to steal a term, and there's less ruts and more jumps, kickers as they were. I did a little bit of homework, but not enough. We can all get on board because it's a great event for the town, great event for the district, and you're really doing us proud. Well done.
Thank you, Trevor. And once again, I've run events myself over the years, not just off-road, but things like swap meets and all sorts of stuff, and I know what needs to go through council, not just council, but keeping people on board as well. So once again, thank you to the local council and everyone involved in getting this event off the ground again. I'm going to hunt down Taylor as soon as she's free for a second, just doing the last bit of logbook work there. Taylor, welcome back to round 2 this time. Any changes to the car?
Yeah, we had a lot of issues at Rainbow, so...
Well, I can understand through those bumps. I'll tell you what, it was a rough track.
Yeah, it was really rough. No, we had a lot of issues, so we've hopefully got them sorted. We've had issues all year, so hopefully all those gremlins are gone. And
Dad's in the passenger seat?
He is again, yeah.
Was that one of the issues?
Oh, I hope not, because he's going to be there for a while, so hopefully he's not the issue.
Now, I think you've got a totally different track to Rainbow, because I know the pre-run on Rainbow was nowhere near what the pre-run on this track was, so it seemed a lot smoother.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot smoother. I'm super excited. It looks so fun.
And fast.
Yeah, very fast, but no, it'll be good.
All right, well, I'm going to catch up with you throughout the weekend, I'm sure, and good luck tomorrow. We've got 3 laps tomorrow, prologue, and then 2 short course laps.
Yeah, no, super excited to get underway.
All right, enjoy it, and we'll catch you up through the weekend. Taylor Apostolis. Is that right? Apostolis. I told you I'm no wordsmith, but I'll work on it. I'm getting there. Stevens 606 rolling through Scrutiny on the left here. The chappie's car 15. He looks worried. Clearly last year's dominating force, and also at Rainbow. See, we've still got a handful of cars to get through Scrutiny here. I don't even know what time of night it is right now, but we'll probably go live for a little bit longer, folks. We 6:30, so we've got a little bit to go. I'm going to grab anyone I can for a chat. Got to hound them in here now. Right.
Hello.
I don't think we've met before, have we?
I don't think so.
Name?
Hayley Stevens.
Right. Car?
606.
Oh, well, what is it?
A Maverick X3.
Righto. And I don't think definitely haven't seen you at an ARB championship round before.
No, we did Rainbow and I did a bit of driving there with Dad. But I shared it with my brother Toby, so yeah.
And are you following the championship this year?
Yeah, I believe so. Do Gundy in a few weeks and then hopefully Millicent.
Yeah. Awesome. Where are you based?
Canowindra, so Central West New South Wales.
Okay. Yeah. Righto. All right, well, any changes to the car?
Yeah, after Fink this year we put a new diff in and then just the regular checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing hectic.
No, nothing too extreme. Yeah.
All right. Well, have fun. We got 3 laps tomorrow. Prologue at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is exciting.
Yeah.
14k short course.
Yeah.
And then a couple of laps in the afternoon.
Yeah, should be good.
What do you think of the track out there?
Yeah, good. We did recce today and pretty keen, so yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Enjoy it. Have fun. We'll see you tomorrow. Always good to see a smile. Let's just hope. I like to see people smiling at the end of the weekend too, after they've been beaten up around that track. So not too long, and I'm gonna holler. I'm gonna call him man of the hour. Let's call him arguably the world's best navigator. Definitely Australia's best navigator, Adam Maguire, in with Chappie in car 15, mate. Same car?
Yeah, same car. It's been a long time. It feels like this is the first race for the year.
I know. There's a big gap between Rainbow and round 2, so...
Yeah, we thought we had plenty of time, but same old deal. Day you're loading up to hit the road, we're still putting the thing back together, but that's just fun. Yeah, same car. Clayton's played with the shocks a little bit. But other than that, it's the same package and ready to go.
And coming off a stonker at Rainbow, obviously you two, for those that know that you two have been in the car for a long time. I'm going to say 20 years because I've been doing it 20 years and we raced together back in class 7 and 8.
Yeah, Clayton was 16, I was 17, so we're 35, 34 now, so a lot of years. It's hard to think when we started, we were looking at like the Shannons and the Mark Burrows.
And you're there.
And now we're those guys, sort of. But it's just, time flies, doesn't it?
Good to see. Any thoughts on the track?
Yeah, so...
Apart from lots of boost?
Lots of boost. No, really good driver's track. The terrain out there looks good, plenty of passing opportunities.
Massive. I said a few times, I reckon there's a 90% of that track you can pass on.
Yeah, just stay out of the rocks, I think. But it's nice and wide. No, overall, we're loving it. Like that track, car setup's going to be a major thing to carry the momentum over that stuff. We think we've got a good package, so we're looking forward to it.
Well, the package has worked for the last few races, I believe.
Very much so. Plus, he's got his handle around that car. It's so good. Hopefully, we just have another faultless weekend.
Yeah. I'll grab him as he gets out as well. That's Adam Maguire that sits in the passenger seat next to the ever so famous Clayton Chapman. We just spoke to Adam. He said said that you think you might need to wind up the boost this weekend. There's a couple of good cars out here, and we know that you guys have had a cracking run for the last few championship races. Let's be honest, you've obviously coming off a blinder last year, a cracker over at Rainbow. That we all know. Everyone said the track out there this weekend looks super fast.
Yeah.
There's obviously a couple little sand hills that could potentially
a few nasty ones out there.
Catch you out if you weren't on the ball, which we know you are. The car, there no changes to the car really, a couple of little tweaks.
Yeah, there's a few little suspension stuff, just playing because you never know when it's good enough. So, but just that, and no, pretty much just the same car we finished Rainbow with. It just it didn't do anything wrong down there, so we just got to service it, which was an odd sensation. But so we're looking forward to it. The track out there is cool.
What a layout! I mean, I'm going to commend the club again. You know, on the setup of the track, the whole pit area. The viewing area, everything about it seems to be
awesome.
It's a really well laid out track.
No, very exciting. It's super cool. Just the whoops and the jumps and the features in front of the crowd, and the fact we come back in and head back out again, and it's super good. So no, really looking forward to it.
And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I saw there. You know, we got Aaron Habe out there. Seaton Battle, I know, is now out in this element. He's another one that will be one to look out for. Gartner's back.
It's going to be good.
Kyle, that was pretty fast out there out at Rainbow. So there's a lot of competition at the top end. And I know you've got it dialed. Good luck for the weekend, mate, because I know I'll see you on the podium at the end. And I've picked you, so you have to be. So look after it.
No pressure.
And no pressure, but you're up there on my pick of the top 3 on Nash.
Thanks, mate. Yeah,
Nash Lamb's pick board.
No, it's cool. It's a good field of competitive cars, and it's a proper driver's track. So it's going to be a good battle all weekend, and I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be everybody on their game and pushing it
and
hard. And
don't forget, we've got 2 rounds. So we've got the prologue, and then we've got our couple of laps of
short course racing there tomorrow
which
too.
We all love short course, and we've got to look after the cars on short course and not get a bit too hot-headed, don't we, Clayton?
It's hard to stay cool in that situation. So, but I'm really looking forward to that format. Bit of show for the crowd and a good fun rip tomorrow, and then the hard slog on Sunday. So, can't wait. Bring it on.
Go rest up. We'll see you tomorrow. Clayton Chapman, car 15. Has been at the top of their game, the chappies, for a long time now, and it's good to see them finally coming through with some fantastic results. 2JZ powered, and it's not the newest and latest and greatest thing as far as vehicles and frames go out there, but like I said, a phenomenally well dialed team that keeps getting good results. So I see Stu. I knew I saw Stu earlier. I just didn't know if he was competing this weekend. But I can see Stu back in the lineup there. We've got a couple of Class 6s in front of us. And then a couple of Class 1s, which is... I haven't seen a lot of Class 1s. I don't remember exactly how many Class 1s are actually competing this weekend. That's your view, folks, on your screen of the Waikerie Football Club, where we're holding tonight's activities. I believe there's a bar open up in the club. You can go and grab yourself a refresher. Once again, I started off-road racing about 20 years ago, and the battle with the chappies was every single race wheel to wheel, literally wheel to wheel, and even a little bit of door to wheel action here and there with the chappies over the years. So once again, it's good to see Clayton and Adam come through right through to the top. There's a lot of familiar faces in the crowd out here, which once I holler some of these folks over the weekend, we'll get a good chat with them here, there and everywhere. I presume tomorrow morning we'll probably go live. If prologue starts about 9 o'clock, or 9 o'clock should I say, South Australian time, not Victorian time, which I need to be careful of. We'll probably go live a little prior to that. I'm thinking maybe 8:30, 8:45, and make sure if you're following any links, they're the real links. Make sure that you follow the links put out on the AORRA Facebook page, the AASA Facebook page, the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship Facebook page, etc., etc. Also the Waikerie Off-Roaders Facebook page. There's actually, as you've probably seen for those looking on at home, how much energy just goes into scrutineering one car. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes to go through just their gear and paperwork. And then on top of that, you've got the car itself, checking lights. Kill switches is another one that I forgot earlier. You know, they've got to have a kill switch within reach of outside the vehicle, and obviously the driver and the navigator inside the vehicle. So, and Cameron Grayson, Ibex, car 697. I don't know. Tell me a bit about this car.
Well, me and me Navi and a few mates have just been building it for probably a year or so, and decided to get into racing this year. So this is my second big race. I've had one short course, so this will be my third race all up. Coming back from a motorbike background, but something different.
It's good to see motorbike guys crossing over. I see we were just talking before Seat and Battle started on a two-wheeler as well, but and not only that, you're missing out on Hattah this weekend. I'm missing out on Hattah this weekend as well. So, but that's awesome to see. What was your other major race?
I did the first round at Rainbow of the ARB series, and what did we do? Just a short course near Horsham there, and so still lots to learn, but we're loving every minute, and hopefully we do well over the weekend.
I think it's a track built for these things in a way that the suspension isn't going to get broken off out here. I think the biggest thing for these things this weekend, in my opinion, would, and it is only my opinion, not that that's valued, but is probably tyres.
Yes, doing the reconnaissance lap. These tyres are definitely going to cop a flogging over the weekend. Probably looking for a tyre sponsor after this weekend. So anyone out there, come and see me.
And pressures, have you got your pressures worked out yet? That's a bit of a science, you know. Some guys will run a little bit higher in the rocky stuff, some a little bit lower.
I think I have to go bother Greg Campbell about that one. He seems to be the tyre man, so see if he lets out a few secrets and helps me along the way. But he's been great and giving me pointers as I go. So still lots to learn.
All right, mate. Well, we'll see you out there. Good luck for the weekend. Tomorrow's prologue, and we've got a big race on Sunday, so keep it together tomorrow.
Thanks, mate. I just want to say a big thanks to my beautiful wife at home. She's looking after my 11-week-old twin boys, so big thanks for letting me come out here and have some fun with the boys over the weekend. So,
no worries, mate, and congratulations on twins. That's a handful in itself. Thanks, Cameron. Sorry. I'm going to run over C90 quickly before he nicks off on us. Hey, mate. Going fantastic. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Car, we've seen it out a few races now. Still going well?
Yeah, it's going great. So this will be our third race. So we've just completed the Fink and Pooncarie before that. So, really looking forward to this race.
It's smooth. It does nothing like Fink, that's for sure. But I'm sure you'll have some good fun out here.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Without the spine-breaking stuff is what I'm getting at.
We're prepared for that now. So, no, we're looking forward to the race. It's going to be nice and fast. So we'll hope we can do well.
And there's a big field. You've got 10 or 12 competitors in your class this weekend.
Yeah, there's 12 we've seen. So, we're just looking forward to getting out there and racing and having a great time.
And trying to keep it straight at the end of the weekend.
Well, that's the main idea, especially for the crew.
Yeah. All right, thank you, mate. We'll speak to Rob throughout the weekend. Baja, Mickey T, Bajas, Baja Legends. So they're the I see Stu Chapman. Who else? We've got another beam car down the back there by the looks of it. Another couple of Class 2s, the Forsman's Class 2. Twelve Class 6s. It's going to be a fair little battle. It's not a massive suspension track, I don't believe. I know by the end of the weekend it'll probably chop up a little bit, but early on and tomorrow I think we'll see a fairly fast and fairly smooth track. I'm going to tell you, folks, so far the cars that I've seen come through here have been prepared, absolutely spotless. Apart from Matty Hummers, I'm going to pull him up again on that over the weekend. He can get the chamois out. But most of the cars out here have been prepared phenomenally, and detail, spotless. I see tyre shine everywhere this weekend. I've never been into it myself, but hey, there's been a lot of energy put into these cars to get here this weekend, and it's good to see the Chappie's cars, both Chappie's cars, looking fantastic as well. Stu Chapman, I think, is the third or fourth single seat Class 10 I've seen. They have bounced this car between Ultimate Class and Class 10 over the years. Had a turbo on it, turbo off it, turbo on it, turbo back off it. So it's not far off coming out of the... I'm just going to quickly stop Stu Chapman for a chat. We just had a quick chat with Clayton before, and I was just saying how well prepared your cars. They look fantastic. They're always glowing. You guys must not do anything except earn money to keep these cars spot on during the week, I tell you.
Yeah, definitely. I know we definitely spend a lot of time in the shed making sure they look good, and you got to make sure the sponsors all look good because they help us out heaps. So we just try and make them as best presented as we can.
I was just saying, this car's had turbo on, turbo off, turbo on, turbo off. What's going on, Class 10?
Yeah, no, she's had a few variations through the years, but it's pretty well stuck with Class 10 for now. It's seemed to be happy there. Seems to love it there. So, yeah.
And I think it'll deal with this track pretty well. There's only a few little sandy sections where it might slow it up a little bit, but apart from that, it's going to be a fast track for this car.
Yeah. No, very good. There's a lot of technical stuff out there which suits this car to the...
And you.
T. Yeah, no, we do love the tight stuff. All the short classes up home help us with that. But, it should be a good track. And some sandy stuff, it's all... it should be all good.
Now, once again, for those punters at home, just run through this car. I know a little bit about this car, but tell us the frame.
So it's a Cheneth out of America with a Mitsubishi 2-litre 4B11 motor in it out of an Evo with an Albin 6-speed and, yeah.
And single-seater. Stu does it alone. One of, I think, 4 this weekend. I saw Sean Ratcliffe. And a couple of others out there, but you obviously went for a look lap today, and the track's smooth, the conditions out there look good, the weather's looking good, and the facilities out there look phenomenal. I mean, there's not many. This is what I would say is definitely a national class event.
Yeah, 100%. The club has done an awesome job with all the pits in the camping area at the track, and the track itself looks fantastic, well laid out and marked, and should be a good weekend.
All right, Stu. Good luck tomorrow, mate. Have fun, and we'll annoy you throughout the weekend. 2 of the Chapman's entries this weekend. Brothers, Stu Chapman and Clayton Chapman in car 15, but that's Stu, folks. Another second-generation racer here. Father Rob and his mother Layla. Also races in years gone by, and up recently too, I believe, even up as maybe even earlier this year. I've seen them out and about. Well, we're definitely getting to the end of the lineup here. We've only got a couple more here. We've probably got about, I'm going to say, another 10 cars, and we're done for Scrutiny tonight. I see some scrutineers in here that have been scrutineering these events 20 years plus that I know of. They obviously know their stuff, and once again, when you've got an experienced crew doing different things behind the scenes, things seem to run a little bit smoother than normal, and there is reasons people do things as far as in scrutiny behind the scenes, setting up events. There will be a reason behind nearly everything that goes on in the background. Down to things like recoveries, checkpoints out in the field. We've done a bit of that in the past ourselves, so we know how it all runs. As far as a competitor, recovery, checkpoint, the whole deal. It's good to go and get on board and help out, even just to do a recovery point or a checkpoint, and learn a little bit about the background of the motorsport that we all love. Rivmaster. Another beam car, class 2. There's a massive amount of paperwork going on over here. Once again, thank you to our major sponsors here for the Waikerie Off-Roaders event being held out at Waikerie, South Australia. The ARB Waikerie Hotel Riverland Enduro. Around 400 Ks of racing this weekend. It's about a 55 kilometre track. I'll be doing around seven laps plus their 1 lap of the prologue in the morning and 2 laps of the short course tomorrow. Should be fun. Good day of spectating, and also don't forget Sunday there's a great day of spectating. They come in and pass the pit area. They race, I'm going to say, around 250 degrees or 300 degrees. Tucker's here. Simon Tucker. Last year's second place getter in the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship in what we call a Class 1 car, 3.5 litre V6, super fast, super reliable, and seems to always finish strongly. Not going to say that he's been first, but he's definitely finished very strong, and that's how you collect points. It doesn't matter what class you're in or what car you're running, you will have the chance to win the championship outright as long as you're doing well in your class and you're finishing strong every single time. So you can't come out and blitz one race and then fumble the next one, because that'll drop you out of contention for points. So Simon Tucker, also with his son Kyle Tucker, will have a quick chat with those guys. Like I said, we've got about 10 more cars to get through here at Scrutiny, and it can be a long night, I know, but we normally hang out here for about 3 or 4 hours on a Friday night, go through the cars, all their gear, all the safety items that I see tonight, and I've seen a few. We've obviously got a pretty on the points scrutiny here this weekend, because I have seen a couple of little things that normally would get passed and not just overlooked, like a roof number we talked about earlier. Really simple thing, but it is a rule, and rules need to be adhered to. So Tucker Motorsport Southern Cross, it's been a super quick car. Don't forget, there's three different things going on here this weekend. It's the South Australian Off-Road Racing Championship is happening. The Southern States Series, which we were saying before, I thought it was only 7, but is actually 8 events round up that. I should know because I sponsor with them. So, and don't forget the Australian Off-Road Racing Championship is proudly sponsored by ARB. We've had, I think, about 60 competitors, 50 competitors out at Rainbow last event, and that was a few months ago. So if there's anything not prepared here this weekend, they've had plenty of time, so they should have it sorted by now. It's been about 3 months since Rainbow, so I'm going to say these people, if their cars aren't sorted, they need a kick. Looks like the first of the Tucker crew. I'm going to say they're going to walk through scrutiny because they always come super well prepared. Their cars are always obviously spotless, but also gone over front to back, top to bottom. we won't stop these fellas. They've got to fix something to do with their rally safe. So we'll let this little Class 2 zoom past, and they can go and set up, and I'll go and pull up Mr. Tucker if I can. They've got a little bit of work to do on that car just to get their rally safe sorted. So we might it's getting the good sticker, so things looking good in the Tucker camp. Can be nerve-wracking lining up for scrutineering and wondering if you're going to get knocked for something simple. Most of these cars have done a lot of events now, so they seem to walk through scrutiny fairly easy. Simon, your car looks phenomenal, mate. It looks very well prepared. I don't think there would have been many or any changes for this event.
The biggest one we've done to the car for this one is new exhaust. She's nice and shiny. If you cast your eye down there.
I will when you leave, mate. Oh yeah, it does look quite nice, doesn't it? Apart from that, it's all good to go.
Well, yeah, I hope so. It's as good as we can be. We always try and do a thorough prep, and if anything's worn, loose, or doesn't look right, we change it and or replace it, fix it. Yeah, make sure that we can try and get through. So the track itself is going to be pretty gnarly, I think. There's going to be a bit of sideways action. Feeling sorry for the
fast.
Yeah, fast sideways. Yep, bit of this, bit of that. A few little got your moments there'll be, but yeah, after a couple of laps we'll get that sorted hopefully. Yeah, good competitors here, good field in all classes. It's really awesome.
I think the calibre of competitors is definitely working its way up as well. I think even with some lesser cars, the drivers, the skill of the drivers is starting to work their way through again, you know. And once again, I've said it a few times, we've got some third generation racers here, some second generation racers here, and they're starting to come through, you know, after 12 months, 2 years of racing, they're starting to find their ground and their sweet spots as well. And then we see people like Clayton, you know, at the top of his game now, and obviously taken 20, well, not quite 20 years to get there, but it takes a lot of time and experience. And when you're a second gen racer, that can help as well, feeding knowledge off prior, you know, parents or whatever in the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Clayton's a benchmark to try and chase and round up, but I just got to make the most of being in front of a third generation racer now. He's behind me going through scrutineering, and I think this is the only time I'll be in front of him, so better make the most of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kyle, we all saw Kyle last at Rainbow, absolutely dominating early on. Little issue towards the end there, but we know you're always a strong finisher. Obviously, you don't get number 2 on the roof. That means you finished second in last year's championship, and you're not in an ultimate car, you're in a Class 1 car. So that on its own is a pretty mean feat. So I'm sure we're going to see you towards the pointy end over the weekend.
Yeah, let's hope so. You know, look, it's a long way to go. To finish in the top 10 first, you got to finish. So it's we just try and be as consistent as we can, and the little pro light, it takes a fair bit of punishment, but hopefully, it'll stand up and we'll be there somewhere near the end.
I'm sure you will. Thank you, Simon. Congratulations on getting to your second round this year, and I'm sure we'll be congratulating you towards the end of the weekend as well. Simon Tucker, last year's second place kid in the ARB Championship, and a super fast car. It gets right up in the top end nearly every race it does. So I can't remember the last one it didn't finish from memory. But, Kyle, mate, this thing looks stunning, and we know you were an absolute blinder last championship round out at Rainbow. The car was fast, and you're fast, super impressive. I've got you down in my top 3, mate. So how are you feeling about the race this weekend?
Yeah, honestly, I'm fairly confident. Changed a few things on my car and set it up a bit nicely. I only had one shock working at Rainbow, believe it or not, and they're all...
I actually don't believe that, to be honest with you, because you were fast and it was impressive to see. I think everyone was very, very blown away by your style.
Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it either. But just gave it a fair old crack and gave it all my best, and that's all I can do tomorrow.
And so you've done a few changes to the car, you said?
Yeah, just obviously serviced all my shocks, a few Heim joints, new brake rotors, wheel bearings, and just a few little things.
No changes to power, suspension tuning?
Nah, all the shocks are set up exactly the same. Same power, nothing's changed really.
All right, well, I'm excited to see you out there tomorrow, mate. We've got 3 laps tomorrow. We've got obviously the prologue first up, and then a couple of laps on the short course, which no one's run that track yet, but we did run around the main track today, and I was just speaking to the old boy there, and he said same thing. It looks fast with a couple of little gotcha moments in there. So thoughts?
Yeah, it's a bit of an all-rounder track. It's going to suit me in a way. It's got a bit of everything. That sandy section will rut out, and a few big long straights we can charge hard, and it's going to be fun. Can't wait.
There's no massive whoops sections. There's no really rough long sections like we saw in the desert out at Rainbow. There will obviously be sections that will chop up a bit, but there's not whoops for kilometres is what I'm getting at. So those lesser suspension cars but with the same power might have some sort of chance of keeping that gap of the time gap a bit closer.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's sort of going to be no real advantage for anyone. Maybe the turbo cars might be spinning it up on the loose stuff where my V8 power will just pull through it and won't shred tyres as much, but I'll still be careful.
All right, mate, we'll see you out there. I'll haunt you through the weekend and have a chat, but good luck. Kyle Tucker, folks, and I can see down there we've got, I'm going to say another 10 cars. We've got about 10 cars down there. I see Brent Martin, Tinger in car 1010. I see Mark in car 88. The pup. Excuse me, folks. The pup. But what we might do, we might wrap it up now. I need to go and have something on my throat here so I can make it through the weekend, seeing as I'm struggling already. But thanks for watching round 2 of the ARB Australian Off-Road Racing Championship out here at Waikerie, South Australia. Thank you everyone that's out here tonight. We'll see you out at the racetrack just 10 minutes out of town. If you're a local, get out and have a look. It's fantastic. The ARB Waikerie Hotel Riverland Enduro. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, folks. Cheers.